Currently, there are several major lawsuits pending against the National Association of Realtors for allegedly price-fixing commissions and violating free trade laws. On today's video, find out why realtors are screwed and can say goodbye to 5 and 6% commissions coming up.
For a limited time, you can get a free copy of Jerry Norton's Quick Start Kit with everything you need to flip your first house in 30 days or less. Download it now at myquickstartkit.com.
As you know, real estate agents get paid commissions for assisting buyers and sellers in the home buying and selling process, and many believe that the current commission structure set forth by the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, is antiquated, exuberant, and violates antitrust laws for price fixing. Now, the national average commission rate is 5.5% of the sale price, and NAR is currently battling several major lawsuits, one of them with the Department of Justice, in a desperate attempt to hold onto and maintain its current agent commission structure. But if they lose, which it's not looking very good, and NAR is forced to make agent commissions more competitive, the amount agents could earn could get cut in half. So first, let's take a look at current commission structure in America and how that compares with other industries, and then break down these lawsuits against NAR and what it all means. Unlike any other business, when a homeowner decides to sell using a real estate agent, he must agree to pay two agents. First is the listing agent, who represents the seller's best interest in the home selling process. Now, although technically negotiable, the average listing fee commission is 2.5 to 3% of the sale price. But in addition to paying his listing agent a commission, he also has to pay the agent who represents the buyer, called the buyer's agent. And the average commission for the buyer's agent is also 2.5 to 3%. It's a really odd arrangement. The buyer's agent is representing the buyer, yet is compensated by the seller, which NAR is in several lawsuits over price fixing these commission rates, which we'll discuss shortly, so keep watching. This commission structure is unlike any other agency business. Think about it. In any other industry, each client pays for his own representation. If someone wants a white glove experience, they can pay for it. If they want a discount service, they can pay for it. The buyer decides, thereby creating an open, competitive marketplace. But not in real estate. On a $500,000 sale price at 3%, a buyer's agent gets $15,000 paid for by the seller, regardless of the work performed. Here's the big argument. If the home buyer were responsible for paying his own agent, many home buyers would pay a lot less than 2.5 to 3% of the price of the home, creating a more competitive marketplace. You want to get compensated 3% for representing a buyer in a transaction? That's fine. I'm all for it. But earn it like every other sales industry. With technology, buyer's agency is much different than it used to be. Today, a prospective buyer goes online, finds the house he's interested in, and calls a buyer's agent to go look at it. In fact, last year, 97% of buyers started their home buying process without the assistance of an agent. So then why hasn't commission reform happened yet? Part of the reason is agents put tremendous pressure on sellers to conform to the standard commission structure or risk missing out on prospective buyers. Now, I understand this all too well. When I list one of my fix and flip properties for sale, if I were to offer to pay the buyer's agent, let's say 2%, instead of 3%, my property would not get a fair chance on the open market because buyer's agents would be unmotivated to show my property when they can earn 3% selling their client a different house. And this is where the lawsuits come into play. The National Association of Realtors, or NAR, which represents nearly 1.5 million agents, has long been accused of price fixing in an effort to maintain the traditional 5 to 6% agent commission structure. But with the current pending lawsuits, it's looking like real estate agency is about to be severely disrupted. Let's discuss first one current lawsuit filed by Rex Real Estate. Now, Rex is a discount brokerage who refuses to join NAR. According to Rex, it believes real estate commissions should be set through open competition, not through the traditional method of price fixing. Overall, Rex's clients spend on average only 3.3% on total commissions versus the national average of 5.5%, which is obviously a direct threat to NAR's commission structure. And Rex recently filed an antitrust suit against both NAR and Zillow for segregating non-traditional agent listings, such as discount brokers like Rex, or for sale by owner listings, from the traditional MLS listings, which obviously follow the price-fixed commission structure. Now, maybe you notice this change. If you take a look at Zillow, when a user searches homes for sale, you'll see two tabs. The first tab, which is the default tab, is titled Agent Listings, and then there's a separate distinct tab titled Other Listings, where all the non-conforming properties are displayed. Since Zillow makes money from agent advertisements, Rex believes this joint boycott and segregation by Zillow and NAR, quote, lessens competition by reducing information readily available to consumers about homes for sale, and consumers are well aware that real estate lags far behind the rest of the service economy, where online search capabilities have unleashed major savings. NAR's segregation rule has no place in the digital era. Today's real estate consumers deserve to have all listings in one place. Now, I'm personally not a fan of NAR for doing similar bully tactics in the wholesaling industry. Like discount brokers, NAR views wholesalers also as a direct threat to their overinflated price-fixed commission structure. And I did a video which breaks down why NAR hates wholesalers and their attempts to squash the wholesaling industry. If you want to watch that video, I'll put the link in the description below for you, and you can check it out later. Now, quick side note, in the lawsuit, Rex kept referring to NAR as the cartel. Now, this offended NAR, and the court admonished Rex to stop referring to NAR as a cartel. Rex, you are a savage. Now, it's yet to be determined how the courts will rule with this case, but this is just one of several similar suits against NAR. But the real lawsuit to pay attention to, the one that could be a real game changer, came from the very top, the federal government. On November 20th, 2020, the Department of Justice, the Antitrust Division, filed a civil lawsuit against the cartel, alleging that NAR is violating free trade laws, which we'll discuss in a minute. But this is wild. Under Trump, the DOJ and the cartel had come to a settlement agreement, but now under new management with the Biden administration, the DOJ recently withdrew the proposed settlement because they feel, quote, that the settlement will not adequately protect the department's rights to investigate other conduct by NAR that could impact competition in the real estate market that may harm home sellers and home buyers. So the DOJ pulled the settlement off the table and said that they want to further investigate to see if there's additional antitrust violations by the cartel. This is just not good news for the cartel and its realtors. And I'm all for it. So let it be known for the record that I agree with something the Biden administration is doing. Now, the DOJ may come up with additional violations, but for now, let's take a look at the 4 things the DOJ is accusing the cartel of doing that violates free trade laws. Number 1, prohibiting NAR-affiliated multi-listing services from disclosing to prospective buyers the amount of commissions that the buyer's agent will earn. Now, why might that be an issue? Well, since a buyer's agent represents the buyer, that buyer should know how much his agent is earning to keep his intentions honest about doing what's best for the buyer. So for example, if one listing is paying 2% and another listing is paying 3%, and the buyer doesn't know, the buyer's agent could persuade the buyer to purchase the home that pays him the higher commission and not necessarily what's best for the buyer. Disclosing how much the buyer's agent will earn will help prevent that from happening. The second violation the DOJ is accusing the cartel of doing is allowing buyer's agents to misrepresent to buyers that a buyer's broker services are free. So a buyer's agent telling a buyer that his services are free is a lie. It's not free, it's very expensive, and just because the buyer doesn't directly pay for the standard 2.5% to 3% doesn't mean he's still not paying for it indirectly, because that commission is reflected in the sale price. In other words, the buyer is paying more for the home to cover the buyer's commission the seller has to pay. Okay, the third violation the DOJ is accusing the cartel for doing is enabling buyer's agents to filter MLS listings based on the level of buyer commissions offered and excluding homes with lower commissions from consideration by potential home buyers. Now, I hope this one is blatantly obvious that the cartel allowing and encouraging buyer's agents to filter out and only show buyers homes that pay higher commissions is not just bad business, but clearly harmful to buyers. And the fourth violation the DOJ is accusing the cartel of doing is limiting access to lockboxes that provide licensed agents with physical access to a home that is for sale to only agents who are members of NAR. Now I know why Rex calls NAR a cartel. If you're not a member of the cartel, no lockbox codes for you. Listen, real estate agents, the cartel needs your monthly membership dues to pay for all of their antitrust lawsuits. So how has the cartel responded to these accusations? They disagree with the DOJ's characterization of rules and policies and admitted no liability or wrongdoing. But they are willing to make certain changes to the Code of Ethics and MLS policies. Oh yeah, the cartel also wants you to know that through all of these antitrust lawsuits, they remain focused on supporting their members as they preserve, protect, and advance the American dream of homeownership. Now, I personally believe the cartel is going to be forced to make some of these changes, and it's going to finally open the door to commission reform. The current DOJ leadership has made it clear that they want to enforce more free trade. And I believe it's not a matter of if, but when it will happen. Now, if you agree and think it's time for commission reform, leave a comment and say, I agree with you, Jerry. You are a flipping genius. If you don't agree with me, that's okay too. Leave a comment and let me know why. But until any significant changes are made, NAR and real estate agents very much control the real estate market. And as an investor, I buy a lot of deals on market that are listed for sale with agents by following a little known secret I call the double dip technique. Now, this is a 4-sentence script that will allow you to beat out the competition and get good deals. And I'll give you my double dip technique script for free, plus a guide explaining how to use it, and 6 more bonus scripts that get agents bringing you deals before they're even listed. To get that now for free, just go to agentofferscripts.com. And finally, if you're like me and you buy and sell houses on market where real estate agents are involved, then maybe you are familiar with what's called a pocket listing. If not, watch a video where I discuss the controversy regarding fairness and the legality of pocket listings. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel with over 725 videos. This is the #1 channel on YouTube for all things flipping, and I'll see you on the next video.